Hi everyone. Hi, or whoever comes in, it's fine if you don't. I just hopefully this video posts because I was watching a movie, right, just earlier. And I was a little bit sick earlier, so or for the last 2 days, but I finally started to regroup. But I started and you can read the title in the description. It's Men in Black, right? That's the movie. Zeus Scott, hey, good to see you, brother. Yeah, so it sort of inspired me to come in and talk about this movie because this movie is a perfect depiction of uh great to see you too. Good to see you too, brother. Yeah, so this movie is a perfect depiction in my opinion, or one of them, there's many, of how when Men in Black um they have like they're destroying aliens that are from other other galaxies, the Orion, what is it, the Orion galaxy or whatever it's called. And it just, when kids, when I was a kid, I was like, oh wow, that's crazy, that aliens, I hope they don't catch me, right? And then they keep that narrative going, and with these weird guns and stuff to destroy these aliens, whatever they are, right? And Earth is gonna get destroyed, and so they have to have these men in black, so to speak, to uh, to save them, right? To save the Earth, and it's like it's such a systematical thing, symbolistic thing for when you watch a movie like that. It could really program you to think that way, right? To believe in it. And one of the scenes that I watched was when, or there, I've watched this movie many times when I was younger, and I saw that it was on earlier, just a bit earlier, and I thought I'd watch it for a bit, but I got sick of watching it um, when what is it, Will Smith, who's obviously a pedophile. First of all, he's a pedophile. He uh, he's been caught kissing his own son in the mouth with his tongue in public. Well, that's part of like the satanic pedophilia that exists in Freemasonry. And so I don't know if that's when he was brought into it. It makes sense that it was that maybe that's at the sort of the time period that he was brought into it, or maybe after he crossed some sort of spanking or something that he had to go through with Freemasonry. And one of the scenes was that where he went with all these military people or men that had to take a test to get into the Men in Black, uh, and and then he was the weirdest one supposedly because they were all like followers, right? They were all followers of the system, and they said, and one of the scenes which I thought was funny was like Will Smith said, "Oh, I don't. What can you tell me why we're here?" And then somebody, one of the military guys, said, "We are here because you are looking for the best of the best of the best, sir, with honors, sir." And he went like this, right? And then Will Smith started laughing, and I was just like, but at the same time, I saw the parody of how Will Smith has been known to be a pedophile with his own children, with his own son. That's why his son is uh, he's gay now, or maybe bisexual. So that's kind of like where one of the scenes was, and then he was chosen because he didn't look like anybody else that was groomed into the military. Um, and then in the movie they said, "Oh well, he followed whatever the alien they called it, pedophiled or whatever, and he followed. He ran with him without any. He just caught him or whatever. Anyway, and then in one of the movies, in one of the scenes, I should say, uh, what's his name? I forget his name. Tommy. I forget his name. He's a very famous actor. Um, he he sat him down at a bench, and then Will Smith sat down at the bench and thought about what he was saying. Like, is it worth it? And he sat down at it for like all night long, which is sort of another parody. Lee Jones, Tommy Lee Jones, right, right, Zeus Scott. And they sat down, and he was just trying to convince him, and he said, "No, is it worth it?" And he said, "Yeah, if you're strong enough." And then and then Tommy Lee Jones walks away, and that's how the scene ends. And then uh what the weird scene for me too was that they showed the twin towers. I don't know when that year came out. They showed the twin towers, so there's more Freemasonry symbolism in that movie, and it's just a constant. And then when you watch like scenes in the Men in Black company, whatever you want to call it, the building, they show the ball Earth, you know, and it's crazy, man. Yeah. And they did it on purpose because they said 9/11, they're mocking us, right? September 11th, that's 9/11. That means in the US or in America, that means emergency. I know that like in other countries it's 999, right? But it's just constant mocking. And so I watched about half of the movie again today, and I was just earlier, just before I went live, and I was like, "Jeez, man, they've been doing this for a long time, and it's just crazy. It's just really nuts how they keep pro." Melinda. No, Melinda. Okay, hold on, baby. Oh, hold on. I'm on a live stream, so I can't answer the phone. So, I'll text her if she wants to come in. Hold on. Yeah, that's Pinky. That's Pinky. So hopefully, let's see. I'm gonna text her real quick. So hang in there with me. Yeah, I know she was just visiting family, so just give me about 30 seconds. Okay. So yeah. So yeah, Zuzka, thank you for coming in. And I thought I wasn't really planning on going onto a live stream, but when I started watching that movie, I was like, damn, man, this reminds me of Freemasonry and all the programming that they do with aliens, and they use all these little metaphors to or not metaphors, but just weird names to name them. And Tommy Lee Jones, at some point in one of the scenes, says, "Oh, in the 1950s, only 9 of us found these aliens from outer space." That's where they started the whole thing, in Rockwell, New Mexico, and that's where they started the programming. That's kind of where NASA was born to. Yeah, good to see. Always good to see you. So yeah, of course. Um, So when I watch that movie, whenever I see that movie, I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. I'll watch it one more time, but I can't finish watching the whole thing because it does make me angry. Because then I'm going into the whole pattern of Freemasonry and how they trick you to think that there is a space outer space from different planets, and the whole heliocentric model. And yeah, I remember, like I'm educated, or I was, I mean, I'm educated, but I remember like getting out of that system in my mind, right? To believe in all that BS, all that nonsense. So that's the reason I came in here to sort of talk about that, because it does, it does hurt me, or it makes me angry, right? So anyway, um, yeah, let's see. I could turn my stupid television back on and see what scene it's on, and I can probably go through it. But I'm not sure if I want to. But let's see where it's at right now. Okay, so they're showing the twin towers. Here, look. They're showing the twin towers again. I hope you can see that. It's crazy, man. You see this? So I might get copyrighted, but hopefully not. Um, that's the movie that it's just so programmed to make you believe that, and to believe that there's aliens out there, and then a human being can give birth to what, an octopus from somewhere out of outer space, and then there's the mom is looks human, right? But she gave birth to an octopus. It's crazy thinking, right? I don't get it. It's just, oh man, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and if nobody else comes in here, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream. So, uh, yeah, Pinky called me, so but she might have other things to do, so not sure. I'm caked on me. What are you talking about? Good to see you, lad. Cheered me. You cheered me up, mate. Oh, good. Okay. I'm caked up on me. LOL. And okay. Yeah, when I come in, I really want to talk about things like this, where it's Men in Black, Flat Earth, fake space, and when I hear different comments, I try to read them out as much as I can. Um, I made super mods today. Zoo, you're a super mod, so good. Um, yeah, so always enjoy when people that I care about and love, that are truthers, come in, because I have a lot to say, and I just was watching this movie and I was like, oh yeah, that reminds me of this stupid movie that indoctrinates people into the believing that there's like infinite space, infinite planets, that there's aliens coming in and we have to kill the aliens. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Pinky, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I know I missed your call, but I told you I was live. So Pinky and I made up, so we're good. So I'll go ahead and make you a mod again. Here, let me. Okay. All right. So just I know time for it to go back in there. So it was sort of paused on my channel or on my stream. So yeah. So in case, just a quick reminder, Pinky, is that I was talking about watching the movie Men in Black, and and the movie Men in Black. I'll just refresh it from what I was saying, was that Men in Black is the biggest one, another big movie where they continue to make you believe that you have to believe in aliens, weird looking aliens, right? And then that there's outer space and they come from different galaxies. Oh, this is our creation is right here. Our creation is right here. There's no outer space. There's outer space is maybe if you go on a plane. I mean, that's not even space. That's just when you're on a plane, right? And I've been on a plane before, several times, more than several times. So, all right, Pinky. Yeah, let me know when you're home, and then you text me, and then um, we can have a chat. So yeah, for sure, or talk, however you want to do it. So yeah. So Zuzka, thank you for coming in, and looks like I mean I did do a live stream a bit late for a lot of people that come from Europe or even America. It's still I think who's in America or Canada. Canada is Tommy Rogers. I forgot who the other one was. Um, yeah, she starts with an M. She's in Toronto, I think. So they're both in the same area. Um, and so right now, if I were to go on at like 12 a.m., I'm sure a lot of Europeans would come in, or maybe even Australians. So yeah, so yeah, so yeah, Zeuscott, you're very kind to everyone, so that's cool. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's why I made you a super mod because um, you're one of the biggest supporters that I have on my channel. So and every time I go live, you're like almost the first one in. So yeah, high five to you too, brother. Yeah. So I made David Banner, who comes in here once in a while, a super mod, Vertec, Jax, uh, Chillsters. That's it. Um, so I can't make everyone a super mod, because I want to make sure that there's a balance, right? There's got to be a balance. Um, this is my channel, so I'm actually the real super mod, right? Because I can do whatever I want. But I'm kind to everyone, so I always try to be kind to everyone. And whoever joins David Banner's channel and comes in here, I totally love you all, man. Yeah, I love you all because I've talked to David Banner many times on his live stream, like really talked on his panel, and we enjoy our conversations. And then sometimes when there's no panel going on, we all chat in the chat room, and we can chat with each other while he goes out to when he chats about other people, and he does videos about different things, and he plays music, and it's fun. It's fun and truthful, and it's great. Thank you, Pinky, for sending out 10,000 hearts. I don't think you did 10,000, but that's good. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Just be safe. Don't You shouldn't really be texting while you're on your way home. If you're not home yet, be safe. So yeah, yeah. So I'm still kind of watching the movie, or it's on, but I'm not really watching it because I'm on live, right? And it's just crazy how this movie is uh so programming to make you believe that there's like aliens from million, a billion, whatever you want to, however, whatever number you want to pick, from galaxies, and it just makes me laugh at this point. But at the same time, it did sort of spark a little anger in me, because I was like, man, I can't believe that it's like constant programming, right? To show you, to make you think that there was an infinite space, and that we were created from Big Bang Theory. And then the Men in Black, the movie, continues to rotate that mind thinking. It's disgusting, you know. But I'm glad that I woke up. I'm glad that I woke up to all the lies, especially this lie. The big one of the biggest lies that I know of is that we don't live on a ball, and that there are no aliens from galaxies way out there. You know, uh, and so it's yeah. So it's yeah. So I showed you sort of like the TV that I have, and I put it up there, but I might get copyrighted because I remember I'm a mod in like other channels, and I told them as a mod, I was like, if you post any, or if you play any kind of music, you might get copyrighted, and I showed it from my TV, my Tel Live Vision. So if it gets copyrighted, then this channel is gonna get, or I'm sorry, not this channel, but this live stream or video, if it gets posted, might get taken down. So yeah. So yeah. So Pinky, are you feeling okay? I know we were supposed to have a movie date tonight. If you still want to, I could find one real quick, and then we can do it. Okay, sweetheart. So do you want to wait for another day for to have a movie date, Pinky? It's up to you. I'm still feeling okay. I'm getting, one thing maybe Zeus got you don't know, and Pinky knows about it. I was feeling ill for like the last day and a half, almost 2 days, and I finally am starting to feel better. So and that's why I was able to start eating better. I had some pineapples, or some bits of pineapple. I was drinking a lot of water and stuff, so it's all good. All right. Zeus cut, looks like nobody else came in except for you and Zeus cut, you and Pinky, so it's all good. I think I'm gonna end the live stream. Um, Pinky called me earlier, so I'm gonna call her back. So let's see if we can have me and Pinky can have a conversation. So Zeus cut, I'm glad that you said earlier, or you chatted earlier, that I brought your spirits up. So that's cool. I'm happy to hear that. Um, yeah. So good. I hope you I hope you feel better, or if continue to feel get your spirits up. So, but remember that movie. I mean, that movie is crazy. The programming that Men in Black have to make people believe, kids, especially kids, continue to believe that there's aliens and that they live in humans. I mean, that from outer space, that is, there's aliens that might live in humans, but it's up here. It's in their mind. It's in Freemasonry. It's in the Illuminati. It's all crazy, man. Okay. All right. If nobody else comes in, I'm gonna go ahead and it looks like somebody else came in, but nobody. I think maybe they just want to listen, so it's cool. Um, Happy Jojo, I haven't seen you in a long time, or quite a while. I hope everything's good with you. Yeah, Happy Jojo is, yeah. He's been a good supporter of me for a while, and I support him too. So yeah, busy life in the farm. No, but that's actually okay because the farm is actually a good place to live. I believe living in a farm is actually more natural, right? Than than living it through the. I mean, you might live it through the government system, but I'm trying to get away from that. Um, Getting ready, getting ready for the introduction of some animals. Okay. So okay, so what kind of animals do you have, if you don't mind me asking, Happy Georgia? Is it like I mean, is it like a farm where you grow plants and corn or something like that? Or is it a farm where where you like have cows or goats or chickens and things like that? Yeah. Oh, okay. Some pigs, goats, and sheep, maybe a few cows. Okay. So you have a really true farm. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's really cool. Okay. All right. So we have more of an animal farm, I think, right? So it's like, do you live off like the milk of a cow, or like how do you live within your farm? If you don't want me asking, if you don't want to say, it's okay. Dogs, yeah. Well, dogs, I mean, dogs in other countries like the Philippines are not considered like pets. They're just considered like another animal for food, right? And I mean, there's differences. Like, you know, the thing for me is like people who live in different countries grow up differently, right? So, different animals are cute and pets, but some people need to survive, so they make an animal as food, you know. So yeah, so they it's just about survival, you know, or the way that their culture is, you know. Like here in the US, cows are used for beef, right? That's a big thing in America, in the United States. Is they use it, they, you know, get cows and feed them because they can make it's almost like their business, right? Um, and so it's like they do it that way, and then it costs money to buy. They know how to butcher an animal, which I really don't. But if I had to, I guess I would. I'd probably throw up for a little while. Uh, but you know, to hear them moan or something, it's just, ugh, yeah, you know. But yeah, so good. Happy Georgia. It sounds like you're doing okay, and you're growing your life in the way that that you want to. Your journey, like I always say, our own journey is we all have a different journey, and you have a farm, and I had a friend. He's still on my phone number, I think, or on my phone. Um, and and so he has his own farm now, and he's a flat earther, and he lives in North Carolina here in America, in the U.S. So he has his own like chicken stock, or I'm sorry, like chickens of hens, and his own, I don't know what you call it, but he's pretty much trying to live off grid. So he has like a farm where he has different animals, and they all work like on the farm. And I've been to North Carolina, so it's really a nice state, sunny state. So I'm sure they grow like different plants or something, tomatoes maybe. I don't I don't know. I haven't talked to them in a long time. So, but good for you, Happy Georgia. I haven't seen you in a while, so I know if you have a farm, you're busy, man. Yeah. no, it's that's cool. No milk cows yet. Grow a lot of our own veggies. The animals will be for the meat later. Okay, so you're kind of in that path. You're already on that path for um yeah. So you do eat meat. Okay. Well, that's what farms are for, right? I mean, that's pretty much what a lot of farms are. It's not about always corn, right? There's a lot of corn farmers here by where I live, and they have like a massive amount of acres for corn, and they have like these huge tractors that they know exactly what they're doing, and they, obviously they're not, they're gonna obviously, you know, eat some of it, but they're gonna sell it to different businesses so they can, live and make money and support their tractors and support their business. It's basically a farm, but it's also a business, right? So I understand what you're saying, and I've met people that do that. It's crazy. It's not. It's crazy for me, but it's not crazy for them. It's natural for them, right? So, yeah, yeah. Well, happy Georgia. I hope I don't know what time is it there. Happy Georgia, if you don't mind me asking. I know how to do a lot of impressions, to be honest with you, but they're mostly American impressions. It's 9:47 a.m. Oh, so you're let me guess the hour. Let me guess it's 6:47 a.m. or p.m. my time. So you're in West England? Is that right? West England. It's got to be West England or somewhere farther out west than from where I'm at. Because I know you're not. Yeah, that is a day. So you're in Australia, is that right? Then I'm guessing you're in Australia then. That's what I see. I know see, you haven't been on here for a while, but I always ask everyone that comes in here where they're from, and then when you tell me the hours difference, I have like the hours difference sort of memorized, and so yeah, I kind of figure. And when you said you were a day ahead of my time or where I'm at, because it's still Monday here, so I thought, oh, that's Australia. That one's easy. Well, good. It looks like, yeah, Australia is full of a lot of land and a lot of trees, and if you go outside of, like, let's say Sydney, for example, and I've never been to Australia. I'm just saying, I've talked to people from Australia, and I've seen, maybe it's true or not true, but I've talked to people that are like indigenous, or what's the name of those people that that are like really dark skinned and they live like in the forest. I'm trying to remember now. It's not. It's, oh, it's indigenous, but it's something else. It's what people Aborigines. That's right. That's right. The Aborigines. That's right. I remember that. Yeah, they're dark skinned, and they live like out in the wilderness, or they live off the land, and they know how to live through that. Yeah, I've been inside, Pinky, so I don't. I think it's like 35 degrees here, which would be what, 3 degrees Celsius or something like that. So in other countries like possibly Australia, or maybe not Australia, but England or somewhere in Europe. So yeah. But hey, listen, I love you all, man. I appreciate all of you coming in, roughly about the same size of the US in landmass. See, the thing about the US is kind of weird because they call the US the United States, right? And and why would they call it the United? It basically comes from 19 or 1776 from the Constitution when they made the what they call them, the forefathers, whatever the hell that means, and they signed this Constitution. They made they created like, and then as states kept traveling from east to west, they made borders, right, for every state. And then they decided to call them the United States. I don't feel that united with any other state I've gone through because I've there's so many differences. You know, I have like light skin, right? But my parents are from Mexico. That's why my name is they called me Ricardo. They named me Ricardo, right? But when I've gone to, like, let's say a pure white place, and then if I buy something with my credit card says Ricardo, you know, and then they start looking at me different. And I'm like, is there a problem? I'm just, here to pay for my food or whatever. Um, I'm not gonna do the sheep one. No. Um, that's one of the worst um sounds that I don't like because when sheep follow each other, they can't. And I talked about this on my last stream. Is when David Banner was talking about Dell and how he showed a video of sheep following each other, and they're all following each other. There's no way one sheep, can stray away from that herd, right? Because they're followers. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it, Pinky. I'm sorry. I just don't like that. I don't like that sound. It just reminds me of the pattern that people do to, and um I call them like people, like we're people, right? And then I've heard the term where they say sheeple. So it's like they join people with sheep. So they say sheeple because they just follow the government. They follow whatever the government says. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm not going to do it, Pinky. So don't ask me that, please. You guys can do it if you want, but nobody's on the panel, so I'm not even. I don't even care. Go ahead. All right. I think I don't know who else is in here. Nobody's really chatting, or nobody else. I see 5 people that are so sort of. Uh, I see 5 people that are watching, but or that are here, but I only see 2 people that are actually chatting, which is Zeus Scott, um, and Pinky. So it's kind of late. It's late for other people. It's 6:54 my time. So I think Happy Georgia left. He might. Well, he left the chat room, but scroll up. 28.6 Celsius here today. Cloudy as. Okay, so it is cold. Oh, it's not that bad then. 26 point Celsius here today. Cloudy as. Okay, 26.8 Celsius is actually fairly warm. It's like 70. I'm trying to do the math here. Um, it's about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. You're mixing powdered milk up? Really? You drink powdered milk? Is that safe? I don't know. I haven't drank powdered milk in forever. I don't even know if they still have it around here. I just drink natural milk. or whatever. I drink cow's milk, right? But it is processed, so it is whatever you want to call it. Um they make sure that it's not dangerous straight from the milk of the cow. They they probably put some chemicals in or whatever. But yeah, but it's milk is good for you. So like yeah. All right, everyone. I'm going to end the live stream now. It's time. I'm going to. Uh, it was fun talking to you, Zeus Scott. Thank you for coming in, Pinky. Thank you for coming in. Um, Dehydrated from fresh milk, so it lasts longer. I think that's what's going on there. It's dehydrated. It's dehydrated from fresh milk, so that means it just makes it last longer, right? That's my understanding. So you can correct me if I'm wrong. So, Pinky Twinkie, I'm gonna end the live stream. It's time. I only wanted to really come in and talk about this crazy movie. Right, Happy Georgia. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, exactly. That's the other point I was gonna make. No refrigeration required. You just pour water into it or whatever you want. It's water, right? Just water. Um, and you can mix it to the thickness that you want, so to speak. Um, but yeah, I understand it. I when I was young and as a kid, and my parents were really poor. I mean, like they were like minimum wage jobs, and we they used to buy like powdered milk and things like that to survive. I remember like growing up on that, so I understand what you're doing. Happy Georgia. Um, all right. Uh, all right. Well, Zeus Scott, thank you for coming in. Happy Georgia, of course. I always appreciate you coming in. That's why you're a mod. I know that you go into I know that you go into David Banner's channel, and that's pretty much how we connected for pretty much all of you to come into my channel. And me and David Banner have a good truth or friendship. So he's put me on his live stream where we talk together and we talk about whatever subject. Usually it's about flat Earth or not living on a ball, but then it can go into different subjects. And that's how we made this connection. And David Banner's a super mod in here too. So, so he has sort of like management over my account in a way, but he's a manager, and so is Zeus Scott. So all of you, I trust you all, and or trust you super mods. I trust all of you anyway, but the super mods have a little bit more control than anybody else than the regular mods. So all right, I keep saying I'm gonna end the live stream, but now it's time. Okay. Um, I love you all. Have a great day, great night from wherever you're from. Take care.